All right, we're back in the shop and we're here with my 2000 DRZ400E model. And you can see that's not got E model wheels on there. This is a 470 stroker big bore, or, I rounded it way up. It's a 462. It's a +4 big bore, +4 stroker crank. And I have the wide ratio transmission in it. And just to get you up to speed on this, this is mainly intended to be my woods bike. But if you recall from this channel, I'm just stepping around here. Oh yeah, I'm street legal with it, which South Dakota. I'm gonna look over here real quick. I have this at stock SM gearing. I had to get this cover on here. I wanted to make sure that the chain guard was in place. But what is not stock over here is this 320 Motomaster, 320 millimeter Motomaster setup. It's just what I ended up doing because I ended up with a stock SM front caliper, and obviously that would not work if you're familiar with this conversion. But I just so happen to have this super badass brake setup that would work on as a backup for my YZ 426, 400, 444, whatever you want to call it, setup, in case I had an issue with the Brembo setup, which works excellent. But the bolt pattern works perfect with this, and it's a straight conversion. This has this setup on there, but it works great. I don't have any rubbing. That's fantastic. But the whole thing was I wanted to have a test with this wide ratio transmission and stock SM gearing on this bike. I'm not surprised with the results, but I will give you my opinion. I wasn't able to do a riding video because it's at night, but I have a few hypotheses. One of them is this. I was able to achieve by GPS, right here, GPS, miles per hour. I was able to achieve that. I don't know if I can get to it, but this Trail Tech is fantastic. This is the Voyager, not the Voyager Pro. But I have that set up on here. I also have the Tusk Enduro lighting kit here. I just have it on a secondary switch because sometimes I might want to be black ops, if you will. And I also have the universal, the Trail Tech universal radiator fan kit. It just runs on one side, but that's fine. I was able to get up to 94 miles an hour, but it wasn't able to open up. Fifth is like sixth gear. And again, I'm running the 150/60, just like I do on my doozy. This is called the Dozer doozy, by the way. But I think what our limiting factor is on this bike is this stock exhaust, the restriction here. I'm going to do a secondary test that I might do on video, I might not. So pay attention to this channel if you're interested in it. I've got a tip, I've got the exhaust tip on here, and see if that frees it up some. I want this bike to be quiet in the woods. That's the whole purpose of this bike. This was just a bonus because I was able to get a hold of the materials to be able to test it, what it's capable of. Pretty much with this setup, I can use fifth gear, and it likes to be going about 70 miles an hour as it is to maintain. But I think this restriction right here with this stock exhaust is my main problem. My power is less than what I'm used to, and even in first gear, which is unchanged, and I think it has to do with this exhaust. I'm not overly surprised with that. This is an E model, so supposedly the header is a little bit bigger on this. But I think that we will increase the flow just enough by putting this aftermarket tip, this whole piece on here. I think that'll be just a small enough of a change that we will notice whether or not that restriction is going to be a big deal. That may be the same, truth even for a stock engine. I don't know. I promised that I would be transparent about this entire process. I'm going to step back here a little bit. About this entire process with this bike or any of my bikes. Just like where I had the issue with the base gasket here on the SM when it delaminated and caused me trouble. But here's where we're at right now. It does seem like it lugs a little bit in fifth, but it's like an overdrive at this time. It's like an overdrive at this time. It's very usable. And I think with an exhaust, it would be a good complementing feature for this bike. I'm not upset, but I think we can do better. We're getting close to late fall and getting into winter. You know, it's almost, we're pretty close to November at this point. So in this area, that's when it starts getting pretty cold. We have a cold front coming. We're going to be having our first freeze, yada, yada. But so I want this bike with the dirt wheels on there because my riding is going to change to in the woods, in my special secret place. Those of you who know me will know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to follow up on this video maybe tomorrow with some results there, because I can switch out that tip really easy. So this is where we're at right now. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Post your comments, questions, any of those things. Like this video. I want to grow this channel. We'll see you when I have a follow-up to this. If I see a big change, or at least some of a change here, by changing that tip, I may come back to this with a full exhaust before I build my other engine with the ACT gears. I do have another set of gears on hand, brand new, and a stroker big bore, just in case I wanted to build an engine for the track. I know I got a problem, but I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.